Now, we've been looking around for interesting people, and we stumbled upon Rob Vargas. Rob does special effects makeup, things like that for movies and commercials or any kind of video, right?
I started off doing for like music videos for local talents and stuff. Commercial, you said, music videos, certain spots for certain advertisements, and film.
Now, it could be, when we say special effects makeup, tell us a little bit about what are we going to see?
Yes, a lot of people think, well, you do makeup, they want to do like beauty makeup or for a wedding. I'm saying, no, I don't do that kind of stuff. It's basically if you want a specialty, if you want to look like Abraham Lincoln, you want to look like a murder victim, a zombie, anything like that, that's a special effect. It's a makeup that is mostly anything that's glued to the face. It's like a prosthetic that needs to be applied.
Make it look real.
Pretty much, yeah.
You really have a gash or a hatchet in your face or something like that.
Exactly. It's taking a normal-looking person and making them something other than. You can even do like an old age makeup. That would be considered a special effect of makeup.
Yeah. And have you done it for a few movies? Quite a few movies?
I have. One of my big breaks was actually working for Blumhouse Pictures with Lionsgate and everything for a movie called The Gallows. Act 2 was actually filmed here in the Valley. So that was my first big break to get known in the industry. And then since then I've been doing a lot of other things, also for local.
Now, we got some pictures of some of your stuff up there. Has anything taken a particularly long time to do?
Pretty much everything. People think it's you just, I want this, go out and do it. No, it takes hours and days, weeks to get something done. That particular makeup right there, that took about, that's a 3-hour makeup to get it just right. That was one of my first ones when I started getting started getting noticed in the Valley.
You watch some of these shows, talk shows, where the people say, I have to sit there for 8 hours before I even get to act. Tell us about this one on the screen here. Yeah,
pretty much the same deal. That one actually a little bit faster, believe it or not. The more gory, I get them done quicker.
Is this a TV show, a movie?
Well, actually, this was just for fun. It's a friend of the family. And doing that makeup just to, hey, you want to be a zombie? Sure. Okay, let's do it. So that took about, like I said, about maybe 2.5 hours. Yeah. But
it's like anything. The more you do it, the better you get. So it's good to practice on friends, families, whatever.
Yeah, and then a lot of times, like, I'll do makeups for film, and I can't show them because of NDAs and all kinds of contracts. So people are like, let me see your work. And I can't.
Yeah, you go watch the movie if you want to see it. Yeah.
Pretty much. So.
Now, I asked you this before we were on the air, but are people making movies now? This COVID has shut everything down.
It has been rough. Before the pandemic hit, there was a couple of projects that were lined up for me, and I was excited with some big names thrown in there, big producers and etc. But because of all this, everything has slowed down. Now, it's starting to pick up a little bit, but with restrictions, of course, masks, sanitizers, and all that.
It's a whole different world.
Yeah, it's a whole different world, different way of doing stuff. And makeup artists, in general, we have to be clean anyway because we're touching people's faces, we're close to them, so we're always wearing masks and gloves and cleaning our gear anyway. Yeah. So it's not too much of a stretch for us, but the work has been slowly picking up. There's a few people in the Valley who want to do stuff, but it has been difficult to have regular work on a daily basis.
Now, if somebody's watching today and they say, wow, well, I'm getting ready to make this film or a movie or a music video. I like that idea. And we need this guy. How do they reach you? What's the best way to start?
Most people, I'm terrible at social media. My wife usually takes care of all that stuff for me. But Facebook or Instagram, usually just go and type in like Vargas Studios. Okay. Or just simply my name, Rob Vargas on Facebook. And most people tend to contact me there. My phone number is on there, and I respond best to text. If someone goes, hey, hey, Rob, my name is so-and-so. I heard you do this. And then that way we can have a better one-on-one interview, and then tell me, what do you need? What are you thinking? And for a particular project. And that's pretty much the best way.
Who's going to be answering, you or your wife?
A little bit of both, actually. But if she responds to it and stuff, but she'll tell me, like, hey, this person really wants you for this. Most of the time, it's me. It's I'm like, okay, what do you need exactly?
Yeah, when they start asking
the
details
technical
and stuff,
stuff of it, exactly.
Now you brought something with you.
I did. It's one of the rare occasions where I can actually bring some of my work. But this was for a film that we did not so long ago. It's a creature.
You made that?
I did. This
gosh.
is something. One of the things that I can do. I want to see that. It is a wolf. There you go. It,
and you got the teeth, the mouth, working mouth.
Oh yeah, it's a working mouth. It's not high tech. You know, I went the old Jim Henson way of doing it. So it's basically puppeted.
Yeah.
And in it's a little rusty right now because we haven't filmed for it in a while. But yeah, no.
Yeah, and I just right before we came on the air, I showed you a picture of a wolf I was standing with. It was stuffed with. It looks the same coloring, same eyes, the same teeth, everything. So it's very realistic.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are like we want every director wants something different. They're like, I want something different. I want something that's never been done before. Well, there's been tons of wolf movies and pictures, so it's kind of hard to pick something that's unique. And this was something that we collaborated on. The director and I. And we did it for a movie called a short called Pray by Night, which
very detailed. I don't know how you do the teeth, how you do the tongue. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, it's a lot of work. Yeah. It's down to the teeth. It's something that you sculpt out, mold, and then pour your plastics or your resins. The head is all silicone, which is another product in itself. It's complicated stuff. Parts A, part B, mix it, different durometers, softness to it. The hair is all punched in. It's not like your craft fur like you would get like at the fabric store. This is all like synthetic hair that's actually punched in one by one, and dyed. The eyes, same deal, custom-made eyes. The tongue is all silicone tongue that's in there, and it's a lot of work. It's not something you could just pop it. Yeah, exactly. Some early photos of me working on it, just messing around.
Putting it together, huh?
Yeah, so those are better, clearer pictures of it. That was when it was still in the working phase.
So you wouldn't have seen this wolf in another movie. You make it for the movie, and very nice. You have some hands there, too.
Yeah, it's again, it's something that I wore on the set because it was fairly low budget, but we got it to work, and I ended up playing the wolf again, kind of like in a Jim Henson style.
So it's puppeteering.
Some puppeteering,
yeah,
exactly.
Who better to operate that wolf than you, though? I mean,
right.
You know, it works a little.
Yeah. So that's something that we did, and again, it's a little beat up at the moment, but yeah, it's something that we had.
Again, a ton of work
to grab and claw at people, but
something I couldn't even imagine how you began to design that.
Yeah.
You started with the glove, or you made the whole thing?
The glove started off as you doing a hand mold. You do a mold of the actor or myself, make a mold, and then you put clay on it and you sculpt it all out.
So you know it's going to fit that person then.
Exactly. And it's, again, it's not something that you can just put together in a matter of hours. It's something that you need. It's months of work, and it's also pricey. And that's the bad thing is with what I do is, I mean, I love what I do. However, there's a lot of people who say, "Well, I want this. Can you do this? Can you do this?" And then when I hit them, what they like, well, what's your budget for the film?
Yeah.
Sometimes like, well, we don't have that much. It's a low budget film.
Yeah.
We have like $200. Now, if they say we have $200 for something like that, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I can't even begin to meet that. Yeah, you see the movies, the interview shows, and the movie stars on, and you know they're saying, yeah, this movie's coming out. So you think that like they filmed it 2 weeks ago, but these movies start 2 years ahead of time or multiple years, especially when you start designing stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. It takes months, years preparation, especially now when things are kind of slow. Like I have projects lined up, but we probably won't get into them until who knows when, months from now.
Tell me about the film industry in Fresno. I mean, there's a nice little industry going and developing, isn't there?
Yeah, I love it. People tell me, why don't you go to L.A. and stuff, and I'm like, no, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I go, it's too crazy over there for me, a little too tight. Just everybody's just around. I don't like any of my space.
Yeah.
And Fresno, there's a lot of great artists here, whether it be music, painting, singers, songwriters, producers. Everybody's got a talent here.
We got a lot of really talented people.
We do, and we've got a lot of great locations to expose our talents. The only problem is just sometimes that people are afraid that they think they have to go to L.A. They think they need to go there to be famous or to get noticed. And it's like...
You may be the only one in Fresno doing this, but you go down to L.A. and there's thousands of people doing it.
And the reason why people are telling me to go to L.A., I'm like, if I go to L.A., I'm a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Everybody does that work. Here in Fresno, I am the big fish. And I've been trying to find someone else who kind of does what I do. There's maybe one or two that do what I do, and I know them.
Yeah.
And they still tell me, dude, your work is still the best. Like you're the guy to go to. They come to me to ask for information, but as far as I know, I am the only one who goes that far with the prosthetics, with the makeup work, the blood and gore, and also had time to meet with Rick Baker, Tom Savini, V. Neil, Academy Award winner V. Neil, and just some other makeups I've done. But yeah, it's giving me opportunities to do more work and meet these famous artists, ask them questions. What do I need to do to get to that level? And they've all been really nice. They've all been telling me what I should do, and they go, "Where are you based at?" I go, "Fresno." Yeah. And they're like, "Wow, Fresno, really?" And I go, "Yeah." And they go, "Keep up the good work. Do what you got to do." And if I can give a dreamer, a film producer, a writer, director in Fresno, and if I can put them on the spot and make their dreams come true, they have these visions they want. It's my job to make their vision come true. If I can do that for them, then I'm pleased. And when they go off and become something, then I'm just glad I could have helped them to make their dreams come true.
Well, when they go on to the next step, they'll remember you and say, "Hey, come help us with this movie."
Yeah, pretty much. And that's how I work, word of mouth. Just let people know.
I'm getting the signal we're out of time, but if you're interested in this, you need some of this work done. It doesn't have to be for a movie. Just use your imagination. If you need something like this done, just go to Facebook, look for Rob Vargas. Instagram also?
Yes, Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, I see. Vargas Studios. Facebook, Vargas Studios, and check them out. If you can't find them, call me here at Central Valley Talk. I'll connect you guys.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, on just Facebook, too, if you want to contact me, just shoot me something. And, again, just text me. My number should be on there. And I'm always willing to help anybody out, or at least talk to somebody and see what you have going on.
Rob Vargas, what a great talent. Right here in Fresno. We're looking for interesting people. We found the most interesting person this week. Thanks, Rob, for coming.
Hey, no problem.
And we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.
Yeah, thank you.